Okay guys, hello and welcome to game number 4 between Don't Lame Us Please and PL. The score is currently 2-1, PL getting a pretty good victory there on that last map. Obviously PL definitely seem to have an advantage when it comes to water maps, and this one will be Nomad for game number 4, which is a little bit more of a hybrid map, water element and land element being the primary focus. And of course, this could be the opportunity now for Don't Lame Us Please to bring the scores level once again. But as usual, I will wait for the players to start setting up their town centres before we introduce the players and the teams. Game 4 then will be Nomad, like we said, and Nomad is always a fun map to watch. You never know what's going to happen in Nomad. It's the king of the laming maps. It's the map where basically you could either have Havoc or you could have massive long post-imperial wars because everybody's got fantastic starting locations. However, fantastic starting locations doesn't seem to be the case more often than not. Mostly players will have pretty awkward starting locations, and as a result it always offers an exciting and a good game. Chinese on both teams. We've got Remy playing as the Chinese, we've got Warrior playing as the Chinese, and Warrior going to be the first to get his town centre up by the looks of things here, right slap bang in the centre of the map. Couldn't get a better location if he wanted. And I'm sure if you put his town centre on the property market, it would be worth a lot of money, thanks to its central location and good connections to the local gold piles, which are very abundant quite closely to his town centre. My goodness. Seriously, 4 gold piles and a stone pile right next to his town centre. This is prime location right here. And Vic Warrior going to be pretty happy to get himself onto the property market much sooner than everybody else as well. I'm just looking over at Hannah's computer. She's been playing Age of Empires recently. She's been learning to play, which is awesome. I'm very happy about that. Obviously, it's difficult to learn, and hopefully she will be able to become a pro one day. That'd be awesome. So anyway, let's introduce the players, introduce the teams, and see what's going on. So for Team PL, up to the very north of the map, in the orange, we've got PL Remy playing as the Chinese. Over to the sort of northwest, also up to the north, obviously, in the green, we've got PL Bitey Cablum playing as the Vikings in the green up here. And the other PL guys, well, they seem to be elsewhere on the map. Over to the far west in the grey, we've got PL Jam Jack playing as the Persians. And very far at the south of the map, we've got PL Jack playing as the Mayans in the teal. So looking at this then, we've got green and we've got orange very close together in the north. And then we've got Jam Jack far out on the left away from everybody. And then we've got PL Jack at the south of the map, who is pretty close to Kep 4, who is playing in blue as the Vikings for Don't Lame Us Please. Now, the other Don't Lame Us Please players are Vic DFS, who's over to the east in the yellow. He's playing as the Mayans. And right in the center of the map, we've got Vic Warrior, and we've already talked about him. He's in the red playing as the Chinese, with Winchester just to the north of him in the purple playing as the Persians. So yeah, it looks to me like the starting locations perhaps a little bit better for Don't Lame Us Please. They seem to be all sort of in the center of the map. So obviously Winchester, Warrior, Kep 4 and DFS, they're all pretty central in this map actually, which might mean we'll see a dock coming up in the middle for them, and free fishing of course, but it does seem like the docks have gone up around the edge so far. Now, for the other guys, it looks like the PL guys, they're more split up, but they are around the edge of the map. They're all at the edge. So imagine in the late game, right? If the PL guys manage to hold their own, they're basically going to be able to push in from the outside, and basically the Don't Lame Us Please team are going to be in the middle, kind of like, help us, we have no space to build, and they might have to like try and secure some outer regions of the map here, because otherwise the PL guys might kind of push in from the outside and they might push in from all angles. It might be a little bit difficult to defend against that. I mean, if you think about it, being in the middle and surrounded is definitely not an ideal situation. So we'll see what happens anyway. Obviously, the docks are coming up. Everyone's docked on the outside for now. And we don't have... Oh, sorry, we do have Viking players, my bad. Kep4 and Bitey Kablum are the Vikings, so the blue and the green. The blue players docked on the right side, and the green players docked just over to the right of him. So it looks like the water here going to be pretty hotly contested, with both Viking players building fairly close together, which usually allows for a little bit more of galley aggression. Obviously, up in the north, the orange player is going to have a nice fish boom, and in the south, the red player probably going to have a fish boom as well. But water is going to be really valuable to whoever gets it. If you can deny your opponents any fishing, then of course you are going to get some advantage from that. So feudal times, of course, going to have to be very good for these players as well. Kep4 just being sent some sheep from Vic Warrior now, and the feudal age upgrades won't be too far away, though of course with the Nomad it is much slower to get things rolling, get the ball rolling. You do have to invest time building that town centre, and you have to invest quite a bit of resources into fishing ships to allow you to basically get enough food to go up to the feudal age. Just gonna have a bit more water to drink here. My throat is not doing so well. It looks like DFS losing a villager there, and we saw just quite how bad losing a villager was last game. In fact, surprisingly, DFS at the moment, I don't know how he's managed this, but he's got 17 population. PL Jack as well with 17 population now, and they're both playing as the Mayans here. So both Mayan players with just a 17 pop, and which is unusual. I honestly thought they'd be a little bit further ahead than that. The population leader at the moment is Jam Jack. He's got 25 population now at the moment, which is pretty damn good actually. He's playing as the Persians. Of course, the Persians players here, the Persian players will want to be fast castling. That's Jamjack and Vinchester. The Vikings, again, like I said, going to be going for that water. The Chinese will want to fast castle, and the Mayans as well, probably going to want to fast castle if they can. But there's always an option for some tower rushing if anyone feels like taking some stone and going for that. I think this map looks a little bit unfair as well. If you look at the mini-map real quick, right? Look at all of the gold on the map. It's all on the left side, pretty much. There's 1 or 2 gold piles on the right, but on the left side, there's actually not much gold at all. There's very little. Sorry, on the right side, there's very little. On the left, there's gold in abundance. It's everywhere. And I kind of feel like as a result of that, we might see in the later stages of the game, DFS perhaps running low. We might see Remy running low as well once their main gold gets taken. But we'll see. I don't think that's going to be an immediate threat. Obviously, if the game does go on for a long time, then those gold piles are going to be very crucial. And that's going to be, really something that will only be an 50-minute plus game, really. So Feudal Age has got to be coming in for players now. And PL Jack, the first one up. He's going up on 23 population. That's not a lot of population, and he's going for stone. So we will see the towers coming up for PL Jack here. He's going to be tower rushing against Kep4. And having a quick look at it, Kep4 just about to go up to the feudal age, but he doesn't quite have the food yet. I mean, he's got a lot of fishing ships. He's obviously playing as the Persians down here, so the fishing ships are going to be pretty important to him. He really wants to fast castle this, but he's not really got much choice at the moment because, he's not got any food left. He's got no boar. He's taken deer up in the north, which is actually pretty good, but I don't know if a fast castle is going to be that viable anymore. His gold is pretty far away, and he's actually taken some gold all the way over here now, and he's about to get tower rushed as well, so his wood line is about to be disrupted quite considerably. PL Jack taking 4 villagers over to the stone. And he's going to put some towers up. Maybe here would be a good location. He could put one on this side as well. And obviously, Kep4 going to be pushed away from his wood there. He's actually splitting his lumber up now, which is a very good idea. And Jack is now feudal. Tower going up on that left side, and a tower going up on the right side as well. So Kep going to be pushed back away from the wood. And we'll see if this leads Jack to do anything else. Obviously, Kep's going to be walling up here, but he could delete this palisade and come through and build another tower behind this wood line. But I think it's probably better if Kep just walls this up as fast as he can, and he's going to do that to prevent Jack from getting out. So yeah, he's going to be moving all of those villagers away now, rebuilding that lumber camp, and those towers are going to go up. But they're not going to achieve too much. But I think Jack probably going to be in a slightly better position. Obviously, Kep 4 going to want to be fast castling this. Oh, wait, no. My bad. Kep 4 is playing as the Vikings. Kep 4 is going to want to be not really fast castling it. He's going to be wanting to do water. And that's why he will be making galleys pretty quickly. Apologies. I thought he was the Persians, but I was looking at the wrong person. Jamjack is the Persians. However, PL Jack getting the first galley out now as well, and as the Vikings, you'd think Kep 4 might have another dock at this point in time, but he does not. He's actually got quite a bit of food now. He's taking the deer in the north, but he's starting to take some stone as well, and he's going to be looking to basically get some defensive towers up, but Jack rushing him down. He's not messing around. Jack is getting right into it, getting into business, and that tower will, well, it's probably going to go up if Kep keeps bringing all of his villagers onto it, but this tower from Jack putting down quite a bit of damage onto that as well. The tower from Kep going to go up though, and this tower now being rushed down from Kep as well. This tower also being rushed down. Jack does not want to let that tower survive, and of course that both towers being lost. I wonder if this would be in range of this TC though. If Jack put the villagers inside, perhaps he could hit them, and yes he can. So a couple of free villager kills here for Jack as well by the looks of it, which would be very nice. Meanwhile, more villagers being taken down from both players, and obviously Jack taking down those villagers from Kep 4 pretty quickly, as these villagers are still being fired upon over on this left-hand side. So this tower looking like it's going down, but of course the repairers coming in at the same time. Meanwhile, these villagers here getting taken out, but punched to death by their other villager friends. And repairs now coming up on this tower as well, as Jack's villagers get pretty low. But as the tower goes up, then more arrow fire is going to come out, and these villagers now going to get taken down from the tower here as well. Kep 4 now out of resources, no stone left to repair, and that tower is gone. It's done for, and these villagers are under more pressure now. The tower basically desperately trying to keep it up, but the tower's getting taken down by those villagers more quickly than Kep can rebuild it or repair it, and that tower will finally fall. A lot of HP lost on these villagers from Kep, and looks like Jack gonna run back. So out of all of that, what was the net loss and net gain? Well, Kep has lost 20 units so far, and he's killed just 10. Kep losing all of his fishing ships on the water over here by the looks of it, and PL starting to take water control pretty quickly. Jamjack getting up some galleys out on the water, starting to take down those fishing ships from Warrior. The galleys were lost on the water here pretty quickly. Kep losing his to Bitey Kablam's docks, galleys, and also to the occasional galley, or the odd galley from Jack, which I think was eventually lost. So PL already looking pretty good this game, with the water control starting to swing in their flavor. Hey, that's a new one. Their favor. Castle Age upgrades are coming in for a few players as well now, and the first knights are coming out for PL Remy, and I'm not seeing any knights from anyone else just yet. Vinchester's got a few. He's coming down to Kep here to try and help out, maybe try and take these towers down from Jack, but Jack just continuing to tower it up for the time being as he tries to do that. Vinchester with a few scouts on this left side as well, trying to hit Jamjack's eco where he can. So this knight's coming in from Remy now on the right side. Of course, Bloodlines is already done, +1 defense. They're not messing around with the upgrades. And Vinchester's coming in to try and help Kep 4 out a little bit, but obviously Jack here is still feudal, so he's an easy target, but he might decide to wall it up with stone once he sees these knights. Obviously these towers only offer limited protection against knights. They will get taken down pretty quickly as the knights start attacking them. Perhaps Jack will wall up with stone. Perhaps he'll put stone walls around the bottom of his towers to prevent the knights from killing them. But these knights are going to be able to tank quite a bit of arrow fire, and I wouldn't be too concerned about that. On this left side, knights coming in from Vic Warrior. Good stuff here. Jamjack getting targeted and focused down. So well, not really focused down, but he is getting attacked by 2 players at once. Camel's coming out for Jamjet though, which is a fantastic idea. And hey, Scorpion Baba just became a Wallo Warlord. Thank you very much, Scorpion Baba. Well, congratulations. I was gonna say, well done. You win. You win the chance to enter the subscriber monthly competition, I guess. But thank you very much, man. Thanks for the support. We have a best new subscriber, everybody. So yeah, these towers going to get taken down by Winchester, and I think the land now looking a little bit more in favour of Don't Lame Us Please, but water is definitely going to the PL team at the moment, with most of Don't Lame Us Please losing their docks and their fishing ships already, so really kind of unfortunate for those guys. It's really hard to keep track though of these games on Nomad, because they're so messy. They're all over the place. Remy here with his knights though, got a lot more upgrades there than Warrior has. Remy's got bloodlines +1/+1, and Warrior is completely unupgraded. Warrior's base is wide open as well, although he has got TCs quite defensively, so it's going to be difficult to kill villagers there. And yeah, like I say, these games just end up being really messy and really difficult to keep track of. We've got DFS here with a castle, and he's starting a second castle actually. I think he might have 2 castles. No, he hasn't. It just looked like he was sending his archers from over here, so I thought he had another one. 2 castles for DFS, and as a result, he's going to stop Jack from walling. PL Jack now is still feudal, and in fact he's not going to be castle for a little while, as DFS comes in with these plumed archers and tries to kill some of his villagers. So PL Jack certainly furthest behind anyone at this point, I'd say. Perhaps Kep might be a little bit further behind, but he has relocated up here. Problem is, now there's knights on the map, he is an easy target. Winchester coming in with these knights as well, these scouts, unupgraded on the defense, sorry, not on the defense, on the attack, on no bloodlines either, so obviously Jamjack here going to be able to counter that quite easily with unupgraded camels. But we've got some siege from Winchester, a monastery from Winchester as well, and it looks like he wants to get really aggressive on Jamjack. Obviously though, for the PL team, they've still got a lot of fishing, they've got a lot more food income, and as a result, they are going to be in quite an advantageous position. On this left side, we got a siege workshop, on this right side, sorry, I've got a siege workshop coming up from DFS in the south, and he's going to try and attack PL Jack over here, but these plumed archers not able to do a whole lot of damage so far, taking quite a bit of arrow fire from these watchtowers, and unfortunately plumed archers have a little bit of tankiness, or a tiny bit of tankiness, with 1 pierce armor, but of course against watchtowers with 5 attack and no upgrades, that's just 4 damage from each arrow, meaning that they can take a total of, well, 12-13 arrows before they die, which is not too bad actually, not too shabby. So, Vic DFS keeping the aggression up here, and he's going to try and push Jack right back. On the left side, Winchester still aggressive over here. Got his monks in the picture as well, but he's not getting conversions just yet. He should probably be attacking with his scouts at this point in time, because those camels have just won the game for Jamjack over there. Winchester just, his scouts on stand ground. His monk gonna die, I think. Yeah, monk down. Battering rams down. And that was a real waste from Winchester there. He basically just threw away his knights. He threw away his scouts, and he's throwing away his monks now as well, because they're not getting the conversions. So, unfortunately for Winchester, that just did not work out. And wow, in the middle of the map, Remy's coming in now with his own siege workshop, and with those knights of his almost fully upgraded against the unupgraded knights, camels from Warrior. The battering rams are coming in. Warrior's got everything he's got just underneath this TC now, all of his villagers, and Vic DFS trying to come in to help out as these battering rams try and crowd around that TC. So much for prime real estate. It's been razed to the ground. There's nothing left but rubble, and I can't help but think that Bitey Cablin might just be doing a little bit of a sling at this point in time. He could be slinging Remy, he could be slinging Jamjack as well, who's managed to suddenly get quite a lot of camels out. And yeah, I mean, it looks like they're going to squeeze Warrior out from the map here. And there's the sling as well. He is slinging Remy at this point in time. Jamjack going to prevent the escape of Vic Warrior's villagers, and this is really bad for the Don't Lame Us Please team. And like I said right at the start, it's almost as if they're being kind of attacked from all angles. Vic Warrior here just cannot defend against this because he's got, you know, he's going to have to wall up on every side, and no one wants to build a circle of walls around their base. It's not like we're playing arena here. But yeah, all the villagers rushing to take down that ram, and in return dying. But hey, they took the ram down. They're getting back inside that castle, and as a result, they are now able to attack these camels and take them down. But sheer camel power from Jamjack taking down this TC. The camel's about to drop though now. They will die in about one volley of arrows each. Very, very quickly dying. But that TC gonna be surviving for now. But Remy killing 45 units and losing 35. Jamjack killing 35 units and losing just 13. In the south of the map, PL Jack starting to have, well, going to have to deal with these battering rams pretty soon, actually, because they are coming in. I wonder if he's up to the castle age yet. I can only assume he is. He's nearly there. And once he gets up to castle, he might have a little bit of a better shot of defending this. Of course, those plumes from Vic DFS going to be able to lay down the damage behind this, which is pretty nice. On the right of the map, what's going on over there? Not a lot. I just saw an X. If I see an X on the map, I usually check it just in case I've missed something. But no, not missing anything this time. Of course, in this kind of situation, there's usually something to miss, actually, because it's a Nomad, and Nomad's a nightmare. So this TC, I'm kind of waiting for this TC to go down. Vic Warrior at the moment has just, let's see, population 20 at this point in time. Kep 4 is also now up to the castle edge. Everybody is up to the castle edge, and Kep 4 rebuilding in the center of the map. Over here once again, absolutely no walls between him and Jamjack, so easily an option for Jamjack to attack next. Jamjack cleaning out this attack from Winchester, and Winchester meanwhile just booming up, it seems. It doesn't look like he's making too much military, but he is kind of, it's weird because, I mean, hold on a minute, yeah, Winchester basically has Bitey Cavalum at the back of his base, so it's kind of difficult for these guys because there's just units all over the place. There's enemies surrounding them on all angles. It's always awkward. Winchester, sorry, not Winchester. Yeah, sorry, Winchester getting a little bit of a slang from Kep 4 at the moment. Kep 4, the Viking player here, he is actually now slinging Winchester, whilst Bitey Cablin slings Remy. Remy's trying to take down this TC with his knights here. His knights now with +2 defense, and we've got a battering ram moving in as well. Winchester continuing to make camels with this sling. That extra gold and food being sent to Winchester to make more and more camels with, but they still lack those upgrades that those knights have. And we have another Warlord, Reven21. Thank you very much for subscribing, man. And wow, so many subscribers now. It's fantastic. Thank you so much. You are a new Warlord, and you are the best subscriber. Hell yeah. I'm sure people in the chat will have told you that. So yeah, that TC is now down. Vic Warrior down to 5 population as he runs to Kep's base. There is the 4 of the 5. I don't know where that last population is, but Jamjack now coming in. These knights not fully upgraded yet, but they're nearly there. And fortunately, Vic DFS coming to support Winchester in the middle of the map so that Remy does not stomp all over them. But it is looking a little bit dicey now, once again, for the Don't Lame Us Please team. Vic Warrior down to 5 population, and the lowest player on PL team is at 53. So, yes, it is quite a big difference between the two, and it doesn't look like Vic Warrior is able to... Oh, no! Oh, no! He's got 2 villagers left! They were going to build a new town center, but the crossbows from Jack came in. I've finished those last 2, well, those last 3 villagers off. There's 2 villagers remaining now for Vic Warrior. They're inside this tower. Meanwhile, Jamjack just attacking the TC from Kep. Kep has no attack upgrades on this tower, so the knights can tank that all day long. And it looks like that TC might just go down. from Kep 4. So not good at all for Don't Lame Us Please. But the Plumed Archers there, of course, laying down the damage as usual as they attack those knights. Jamjack needs that +2 defense, but hey, that TC is lost now, and Jamjack says, hey, this gold is mine. Get out of here, Kep. Get out of here. So 2 villagers still left for Mr. Warrior. I'm wondering where they are. They seem to have disappeared now, and I don't know where they might have gone, but there's not really any safe places on this map, that's for sure. These knights from Jamjack look like they're going to get cleaned up. This is a really good positioning from DFS. Kind of a very nice positioning there. He's able to basically put them in a corner and basically attack without being attacked so much. Taking out quite a few knights, but I think ultimately there's just so many knights from Jamjack here that he will get a win. Even sitting underneath this TC, even taking fire from crossbows and plumed archers. Oh, sorry, no, those crossbows are on his team. So, yeah, DFS going to get cleaned up, and Jamjack now going to move on to the next TC as Jack sends in more units. There's the 2 villagers. Oh, they nearly ran straight into those crossbows. Those 2 villagers there from Vic Warrior. We've got to keep tabs on them. So now we've got a castle going up right on Winchester's base from Bitey Gablum. Bitey Gablum is, whoa, okay, at risk. You might just lose these villagers here. These camels 5+1 attack, but there's quite a lot of them. They're going to surround that, and that castle might not complete, actually. The villagers, though, going to be able to withstand quite a bit of pressure from the camels. 2 villagers going down so far. Make that 3. The 4th about to fall. But to be fair, I think that castle's going to go up anyway. So well played by Bitey Gablum, sticking in there anyway. Even though he was about to lose a lot of villagers. Meanwhile, Kep 4 losing these TCs, and he's not going to be too happy about that. He's already been having a tough game, but now he's lost another 2 town centers, and the 3rd one looks like it's about to fall as well. Vic Warrior still with just 2 villagers. There's one of them, and I wonder where he's going to run to. Down here towards the towers of Jack by the looks of it. And yeah, it's a bit awkward. Remy's now up to the Imperial Age, and there is the GG. Of course, these guys just could not handle that. Way too much pressure from all angles from the PL team. If you have a look, everyone kind of sort of came into the middle almost. I feel like you've got Winchester here coming into the middle with his knights. You've got Remy on the right side coming into the middle with his castles and with his knights, getting right into Winchester's base there with a ton of knights at the end. You've got Jamjack coming into the middle, which is where Blue was basically building up and gutting that out. PL Jack holding on there, able to hold his own against Kep 4, and then DFS doing a little bit of damage. He did eventually lose that siege workshop and get forced back, but I feel like DFS obviously didn't keep pushing in here for good reason, and that's because he wanted to help out his teammates in the middle, and he did do a good job with those plumed archers. It just wasn't enough. Simply way too many knights for Jamjack, and if we have a quick look at those that population tab at the end there, you could see Remy had 44 military units, Jamjack had 45, and the total military for the Don't Lame Us Please team was 20 at the end of the game. So, obviously, a very good victory for PL, and Nomad's always a pain in the ass to watch because there's always so much going on, and it's so difficult to keep track of it all. But there you go, game at number 4, gonna go to PL.